Hello everyone, and welcome back to Norland, and the finale of our World of War series on the channel. And I did just want to kind of start here with our little row of monuments to the dead. I'll go ahead and replace this road that I just noticed was gone. And as you can see, I decided to reline them up, so basically the top row here is all of our actual rulers, and then this is the lords that accompany them, basically. So we have Radibor here, our very first, and probably our greatest ruler. He died at 87 years old, and reigned for, it looks like, 43 years in Norland time. And, as you can see, his tagline was, "May he rest in peace as a true ruler, who fought for justice and honor." And then we have Sekra, beloved queen, Castelia shall mourn you inconsolably. Luchavoy, here lies one who lived for others and who found eternal salvation in death, Castelia. May his memory never fade. And finally, Neptera, beloved queen, Castelia shall mourn you inconsolably as well. And then we have Zivka, who was Radibor's queen, and we have Vidimir, which was his brother. Dana, I think this was a child of a priest. Resefra, also a child of a priest. And, of course, Draga. So, that is that for all of the dead that have led us to this moment, and I talked a little bit about our potential plans, and I think that I have decided that we are probably done with conquering because of the death of Draga. It means that we have very few managers right now, and it's going to make it incredibly difficult to manage our vassals and still manage to conquer things. It could happen, but I think it would take me until like day 250 at this point to really make it happen. I would need to keep doing all these peace treaties, accruing all the gold from tributes, and just all of that. It would take way too long. Just know that it can happen. I think on the previous map it was a lot easier, or well, just the previous versions of the game. So when I said, oh yeah, I'll conquer the map, and that can be the end of this series, well, I was thinking about the status quo of how the game used to be, and it's just not really feasible with the amount of time that we have. I mean, I could go on and on and on about it, but it would just take too long, and it's not really too fun for me anymore. However, you can pretty much just imagine, I mean, look at it. I mean, we are absolutely going to conquer everything. There is nothing to really stop us except time. So yeah, basically what we're going to do, we have the amount of provinces that we need to become emperor. So, we're going to declare ourselves the emperor. However, we are now down on soldiers at the moment, so we are going to need to build that up. And what I'll probably do, I'm going to try to make the least use of peace treaties now as possible because they do cost money. But I may have to throw a few more out there. But what I'm going to do, we need wood, we need iron. So I decided to start some trade routes for that. And we're going to just keep trying to build up the amount of iron that we have until we have the amount of axes that we need. I'm going to try to go for around 80 of them at least, and then we also have the maces. And otherwise, yes, that is going to be it, and then we will declare ourselves the emperor, and we will fight the Inquisition, and that will be the end of the series. And we also have Voinalub here. We'll go ahead and send you on home. Ransom 628. 486 total so far. Matriarch, I think is who I've been setting for this, so we'll do that. I mean, we could just ask somebody to become our vassal. Look at that. Oh, Ottawa has 52 soldiers. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. But they'll just end up falling apart anyways, and that's the other kind of problem that I've mentioned, is that they could be a strong opponent and everything, but they just turn out not to be, because you can, as the player, just essentially wait them out and they will just die eventually, which I find rather uninteresting. Siva, we could probably try to force them to, but I think I tried it before and they refused, and then I got a failed to show up for a duel because I just couldn't make it over there in time with the marauders and everything attacking us. So yeah, that's basically that. If everything has gone correctly, then you are probably watching this on the premiere. Maybe I am in chat talking to you, or you are talking to me, or asking me questions or anything like that. So I appreciate you joining, and I hope you will enjoy this final episode in what has been, to me, the most difficult, but also the most kind of thrilling and just rewarding series to make. Maybe other than the Zero to Hero one, I really enjoyed that one in particular. If you haven't seen it, it is definitely a staple worthy series on the channel, so you can go check that out after you're done with this video. And otherwise, we will go ahead and get ready for the Inquisition. Okay, everyone, I've been trying for a while, and as you can see, we currently have 100 warriors. We have a bunch of money. We currently only have about 38 axes, but we do have a bunch of maces as well, and we managed to start producing some heavy armor. So I think this is probably about as far as we can go with preparing, unless I want to do another 50 days of this. As you can see, I settled Tamia here, and we also brought Mecca into the kingdom, so I've been sitting on a lot of gold for a while, but it just hasn't really made much of a difference because we keep having to rehire the mercenaries we have and everything, so I think we're just going to move on. We're going to go ahead and declare ourselves the Emperor. That should happen either tonight or tomorrow, and then we can start preparing for the Inquisition. Okay, so I think we have the coronation going on right now, and Edric is becoming the Emperor. This is only, I believe, the second time we've ever actually done this coronation ceremony. I'm not sure. He's right here, so maybe they're just doing the start of the ceremony, and then he will be crowned within the next few moments. Yep, here we go. Okay. And he is 76, and we have gone 156 years to become the Emperor for the first time. Radibor being our first king, who lived till 87 years old. And now we have the Inquisition on the way. So, let's see here. How long is it going to take them? 1 day, 10 hours, okay. And there are 32 of them, average of 7 combat skill. They have a few crossbowmen, some maces, actually, and just some plain old spears as well. They have 9 axemen, though, so that's, of course, the main danger, as well as the swords, but the swords aren't that big of a deal for the people we have that will be armored, which is about 25 or so. And I don't think we have any other warriors we can hire at the moment, but we should get a whole bunch in time for the Inquisition to get here. Maybe around 105 soldiers, not counting anybody who will probably end up deserting the city, because as you can see, we're starting to have some pretty low mood because of this curse by the Matriarch, so that's not too great, but either way, I think with, let's say, 80, 90, what is that? Probably about 100 people with weapons, I suppose. And as well, we have plenty of commanders. They're kind of upset now because of this curse as well. But otherwise, I think that this should be plenty. I mean, we have pretty much triple their numbers, so I'd be shocked if we can't pull this off. Okay, now this is sort of hilarious. When you declare yourself Emperor, the Matriarch absolutely hates you. It's like a minus 100, and everybody's all upset because you are cursed by the Matriarch. However, the Matriarch died, and so it reset our relations, as you can see. We're back to minus 15, and Ankned and all of our other lords, they don't have the cursed debuff anymore. As you can see, Anknet here does have King's Apostate. Our king has gone mad and challenged the authority of the Matriarch. This is only one of the debuffs, so apparently if the Matriarch dies, it kind of almost resets things. The Inquisition is still on its way. But yeah, it seems that it resets the hatred the Matriarch has towards you. So, funny enough, in an hour and a half, we could actually have the traitor showing up while the Inquisition is trying to come and burn us down. Just a little funny, bit of an oversight, I think, by the developers. I doubt this is how it's supposed to be working, but something that I found a little funny. And yes, so here we are at the traitor, and as you can see, I am getting 7,700 in tributes from the Matriarch in order to spend it on things that I will be using against the Matriarch, which I just find absolutely, truly hilarious. I'm just going to hire all these guys. There's really no point not to. We have 10,000. I don't even know if we can put them in the army, but we're going to try. It looks like we can. We're going to have somebody with a nectar addiction. And we're also going to go ahead. I mean, he's not going to make it here in time. We'll hire him, though. And we are going to basically hire everybody we can afford right here, which is probably almost everybody, from our peasants. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna guess so. But as you can see, it's pretty laggy. Look at this. This is as fast as I can possibly click through this. Yes. So we're probably gonna have a bunch of people abandoning, but maybe not now, because we don't have that curse anymore, so it's not impacting our population quite as much. And look at this. It's barely costing us anything. Okay, so look at that. 160 soldiers. And we have, let's see, 15 hours until the Inquisition arrives. So we're almost 5 times their numbers. We don't have everybody with weapons, of course, but we have a substantial amount, and the other ones, you know, they'll be meat shields, and they will also probably be able to use their fists to do some kind of damage, maybe. But they are heavily armored, so I doubt it'll be too much. But either way, we are just about at the end here for the World at War series, so I will be back with you in a moment once the Inquisition arrives. Okay, and as you can see, the Inquisition is right outside our door right now. We're going to go ahead and start creating all of our squads here. Nebtium, of course, will be our kind of leader as far as the biggest squad. So let's go ahead and get his squad started. And this is also going to take a second because of all this lagging that is happening. And this isn't my computer. It is just the game being unoptimized and everything. I have a very good setup for this sort of thing, so there's no way it's because of that. But I'll skip through so you don't have to watch all this agonizing delay. Okay, this is quite funny, but as you can see, you can actually only create 4 squads at a time. So I had to create the first 4, and this is actually 8 squads in total now. I don't think we have anything else that we can hire. Oh, 1 guy. Okay, he can just hang out in the city. What? Hold on, wait. Is that 106 years old? Oh, that's insane. You don't look that old. I want to see you. Look at you. You are the oldest single person I think I have ever seen in this game. He's actually doing pretty good, all things considered. He has no combat skill, of course. Hateful culture, punished. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's because we were punishing Cadence for a short time there. Visited a public place. Foreigners are pushing us out. Overpopulation, fear of death. That is actually really funny to me. 106. You are. Oh, hold on. All right, you are Jesus. You are our savior. You're gonna hang out in the city, and we're gonna go ahead. I think they're going to come from the south. I'm pretty sure that because that's how most lords are anyways. So I don't see why this would be much different to that. They're probably not going to act as bandits. I'm just assuming that this is where they're going to come from, and we will go ahead. We are also maybe going to try to save our lords. So maybe I will do stay in the back on all of these. Stay in the back. These guys are not our lords. Stay in the back here. I'll actually take that one off as well. Stay in the back. I don't think this is... Yeah, that's not one of our lords. And stay in the back. Okay, so that's everybody. And here they all are. Oh, and these guys already started running in. Okay, that is actually fine. Let's go ahead. This is actually going to take a second. Okay, we are all running in. Edric is a little bit behind, as well as Svetizvet here. That should be okay. This will at least get some of these meat shields to just kind of, you know, die off a little bit while everybody else gets some damage in. I don't really know why they're going all the way around like this. They could just cut through here. I know they prefer larger areas, but they could still just go around this way, so I don't really understand that. And Edric is now just standing still. I know I directed him over here. He's just blocked or something. This is very strange. What are you doing, Edric? Why won't you go and defend your city? I'm so confused here. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, okay, there's people in there. Okay, I'm blind. So this is probably going to take a minute. Let's see how many is left here. Oh, actually, I guess it is... Yeah, Edric just died. Okay. Well, nice job there. That's why I told you to stay in the back, Diedrich. You are a terrible emperor. So Anknet is actually going to be the ones to see this through to fruition, apparently. Perrin here is actually our new lord, or rather heir. So let's go ahead. We'll let these guys fight everything out. I'm going to actually zoom out so you guys can kind of see the overall situation of the battle. It doesn't look like this is actually going that well. I don't even know. Have we killed anybody? We've killed like maybe 2, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like we are not doing actually that well. That's actually quite funny to me. What is Granios doing? Are they fighting? They're not. Okay. I know I obviously directed them to because they walked all the way over here, so once again, kind of seems like the game is bugging out just a little bit here. And there are people over here as well, and I directed them as well, and there is these people in these archer towers, which are probably doing no damage whatsoever. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so let's recreate this squad. Okay, this is very strange, so basically, even though these guys are clickable, half of them cannot actually join the squad for some reason, probably just injuries or something, but that seems like something the developer also needs to fix. We're just going to go ahead and recreate that. Which one was it? I don't even remember who you are. Okay, well, hopefully you are in the fight there. So, oh, here we go. There's another one over here. You guys can go over there. Am I missing anybody? I think everybody's involved. Okay, so they've lost maybe 5 soldiers, but it looks like they're maybe starting to drop now. So anyways, I think our next series is going to be about a week or 2 away. I have some compilations of our older series that I need to, basically I'm re-editing them, and I'm going to re-release them. I'm going to be using my more modern editing style, improving the sound, and lowering the runtime a little bit, so it will be a little bit of time. I want to let those videos get their exposure and all that. I was actually considering going to a different game and making a series in it, because of the way that updates seem to not actually be as safe compatible as the developers claim. But I think what I'm going to do instead is use Steam CMD, Steam Command, and you're able to actually backtrack. Currently, the game is actually on the newest version, but I was able to actually backtrack it using that. So it looks like Anknet is still alive, but she's not doing anything. But basically, if we do that whenever an update occurs, I should be able to just stay on one version and not have to, in the middle of a series, get used to a bunch of changes, which I really think the developers ought to just stop doing and just give us the ability to backtrack versions on our own. Because, you know, for the average user, it is probably fine. But for a series like this, I don't know. I feel like we're being forced into things that then I have to explain to everybody what's going on, and everybody's all confused in the comments, like why is, you know, such and such happening that I'm not used to. And I'm like, oh well, there is an update, and so that is why that is occurring. So personally, I wish that they would give me that option, but we'll just have to see if that ever occurs. So anyways, this next series that I'm going to be doing, I've actually wanted to do for quite some time, but was unable to, and an update that actually just occurred is going to allow that. So as far as the other game I was thinking of, I may actually release this series concurrently with the next Norland one. A big problem that I've been having with recording is that I don't have a lot of free time, and sitting down to play one game, this doesn't even matter, and play one game with what free time I do have for hours and hours a day isn't something that's super appealing to me. So I was thinking about doing a second game, and maybe that would give me some more enjoyment. But at the same time, I don't necessarily like when other Let's Play channels that I have watched actually do this. You know, airing a bunch of unrelated content all at the same time. So let me know what you all think about that. If it's going to annoy you, then I'm not going to do it. But at the same time, you know, if you don't care about this happening, and you're going to still keep up with the series about the same amount and everything, then, you know, that's something that I would like to know. But it seems like these guys actually are burning down the city now, which is, I don't understand why these guys will not do what I direct them to do. Let's get them over here. Why can't I even click you? Hello? I guess I have to click them from down here. They're still not listening. They surrendered. Oh, they're all surrendered, I think. Okay, let's see if I can't get you all back together. Maybe this will work now? No. There. Okay, you know what? You know what? I don't like what you're doing here. Let's go ahead. They're burning everything. This may actually be a loss. Because there are still 18 of them. We haven't even killed half. And these guys are all going to be, like, surrendering as soon as we create the squads. So that's actually not too good for us, I must say. If this is how it ends, it would be a little bit disappointing, wouldn't it? It would actually be very disappointing, but at least it would be... Oh, they're in combat already, apparently? Okay. Let's put you guys all into another squad, and most of you are apparently going to be weaponless as well. I actually wish that they would just pick up weapons off the ground, but that's probably not going to happen here. Okay, Granios, where are you at? You're actually already involved. Punk Knight, you're right here. Let's get you back involved, maybe? Where are you? You're right here. Okay. Get involved over there. So there's 7 more right here. There's 9 more here. Okay. So far, we've actually only lost 39, so it doesn't really make much sense to me that everybody's, like, collapsing. There's still over 100 of you, and you're not even going to attempt to really fight, which is quite annoying. And these guys aren't even getting involved either. And I just have to keep over and over directing them to fight as a squad, and it's nonsense. It's truly and completely, utterly nonsense, actually. But, well, I suppose that's okay. I suppose it's okay. Let's actually see. We have a bunch of money. Can we hire anybody new? Not really. There we go. It's a couple of people, at least. Yes, these guys definitely lost. Yeah, everybody lost, really. Well, there are only 14 left, so it's slow going. I guess I just have to keep creating squads and hope that not everybody surrenders immediately. I mean, look at this. These guys are all strong enough for this, but it feels like the player is just severely at a disadvantage. Like it almost feels like it's hard-coded. But maybe we can still make it work. Yeah, none of them have weapons now, which is making it quite difficult as well. Okay, get in there. They're burning down our hall. I wonder if that counts as us losing once the hall is burnt down. Let's find out. Let's find out. Why are you guys not fighting? Oh, no. Actually surrendered again. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're down to 3 on this squad. Okay. Wait, did one of the squads just fall? I think it did. Oh my god. Wow, okay. So just recreating... These guys just had to fight hand to hand.
The Crimson Throne is now yours. The Church has lost its political power, and now you appoint the Matriarch. The era of brutal wars has ended, and conflicts are now resolved solely by the Emperor's court. The forests are free of bandits, libraries no longer burn, and free trade flourishes. Nations have forgotten their disputes and engage in peaceful labor. Yet, one must remember that empires are not eternal. and ancient chronicles can tell us of their falls. Only a fool would claim to know what the gods have in store for us in the future.
Okay, I hope you guys were able to actually hear all of that. It may get copyrighted because of the music, I'm not really too sure. Hopefully not. And now we get the credits, of course, and I don't mind letting that roll a little bit. We can actually continue from this point once we get through these credits. I think we can hit continue game somewhere. But this is probably where we'll actually call it. Because there's no real reason to continue since we've dominated most of the map anyways. Gotten pretty much as close to conquering everything as possible. That was very dicey there at the end, though. I didn't think we were going to win. It was just that everybody seemed to surrender, but then I can put them back in an army, even though they still tripled the numbers of everybody. It's just because they have, I guess, debuffed moods, but they didn't even have that. So, a little strange. I feel like the Inquisition was more made more sense when you fought them before, and like I said, I think it's just that you are kind of hard-coded to fail most things. I mean, I was fighting bandit camps with 40 plus soldiers versus like 8, and I was often losing many, 8 sometimes, and it just makes no real sense to me. I think that they really, kind of swung things a little too far against the player just for the point of tedium, it sometimes feels like. And that's been kind of the story with a lot of the changes since the Big Summer Update to me. I know I keep complaining and I keep saying that I'm going to stop, but I think some of it does need to be said because they could be improving the late game and instead they're just like trying to make everything more difficult for us without making it any more fun, and that kind of does bug me sometimes. I do think that in a lot of ways the game was actually better at the earlier points of early access, and it also feels like the game is a lot buggier as well. I've had several crashes, like sometimes the ragged ones, which everybody knows that I don't like at this point. Sometimes when they attack, one of the squads will just give up during the fight and they will leave, but they'll get over to the side of the map and then the game will crash, and I don't really know what it is, but it's happened to me several times. So that's also made things a little bit more difficult because I have to reload a save, and during recording it's just very difficult. So yeah, it is a thing, and maybe on the new series it won't happen as much because we'll be in a brand new save, but I will have to keep an eye on it. So with all that out of the way, the next series, like I said, will be starting in probably about 1 or 2 weeks. So I think you guys will enjoy it. It's been something that I've been planning for a very long time, since probably about the 0 to Hero playthrough, and otherwise I think that is going to be it for this episode. So, as always, I thank you all very much for joining me for this World at War series, and I'll see you next time.